Hey everyone, welcome on to Branded. This is the podcast that takes you behind the scenes and beyond the brand. I am on the move right now, so I am not in my normal place. And honestly, this goes along perfectly with what I wanted to talk about this week. I want to talk about systems. I want to talk about how do you unplug, right? Unplug from your phone, your television, other people. How do you unplug and still have your business running, operating, making sales, communicating, staying connected to your clients and your potential clients? How do you make that happen? And honestly, there are a lot of business owners that I talk to, and they feel like they can never really fully step away from their business, from their work. And more times than not, it's because they don't have systems in place that they feel like they always have to be having their hands into their business every single day, 24/7. When you set up really intentional systems that are specifically meant to do, one task or 10 tasks, right? Whatever it might be, but you set it up with so much intention that when you're unplugged, when you're on vacation, when you have no cell service and you're trying to completely just set your phone down and not look at it for, 3, 4, 5 days in a row, you know that you don't have to worry about the marketing that your business is doing. You don't have to worry about communicating with your clients, making sales, because all of those things are happening without you having to be physically in your business every single day. So, as you guys can see, like I've got a messy bun, no makeup. I'm on the move. I'm at my aunt's and uncle's house right now. We just went through Hurricane Beryl in Houston, and it was such a mess. We had no power for almost like 2 days. There are still people there that have no power, like at the time of me recording this. So it has just been a really rough time in Houston. But Adam and I, we already had a 2 week vacation trip planned to be in Colorado. So as you guys are watching this right now, I'm in Colorado. I'm unplugged. Like, I will not be available to the public. I probably won't even have cell service for so much of our trip. And that was with intention. I wanted to unplug. I wanted to be in nature and all the things. But I don't want my business to sacrifice or suffer because I need to step away and recharge, right? Nobody wants that. So I was really thinking about this the other day and how incredibly beneficial the systems that I have set up have become. They've really allowed me to quite literally create more time in my every single day because now by doing everything so intentionally, one task will now multiply into 3, 4, 5 other tasks, and it's all being built upon itself. And I'm not sure if this is quite coming across as clearly as I want it to. So, what I'm going to do instead of rambling is I'm going to dig right in to some of the systems that I have set in place. Now, this is for myself, but also for my clients. Like, I have clients that every single month we're doing their email marketing ahead of time, right? Like maybe it's a month in advance, maybe it's a week in advance, but we're doing their email marketing. We're getting everything set and scheduled and ready to go. So that way, when the month hits, they don't have to worry about any of their email marketing. It's already set, scheduled, and ready to go. So they can stay within their zone of genius the entire month doing what they love to do while still providing value, connecting, communicating, and doing all the things that they want to do via email marketing or whatever kind of marketing that might be, right? So by setting up these really intentional systems, it, of course, is effort in the beginning. It takes effort in the beginning. To do anything, it takes effort, right? Life doesn't just happen, and unfold in front of you. You have to take those intentional steps in order for the things that you want to unfold to unfold. But this can be done, right? So just because it takes effort doesn't mean that it's not worth the effort. And whether this be in your business, whether this be in your personal life, like this is a skill that I would absolutely encourage you to learn how to do is setting up systems and doing it with intention, because creating more time in your life is inevitably something that, time is one of those things, right? You either have it or you don't, and you never get back what you don't have. So why not just be smarter about it? So a couple of the systems, and I'm only going to mention a few of them because they're the most impactful. Every business is different. So what you hear me talking about may not apply to your business, or the scale at which I do it is different than what you would do, right? This is just ideas. That's what this podcast is about, is to share information, share knowledge. So hopefully you can take it and run with it. And maybe it's something that's been on your mind for a while and you just haven't been taking the action. And this is the thing that gets you to, get that fire under your ass and be like, okay, it's time. Let me go do this because I want to take a vacation soon and I want to be able to unplug without worrying about what my marketing is doing, making sales, having my business still communicate with clients. I want to be able to do all those things, but also take a vacation, also be present with my family. This is how you do it. So my top system that I have set into place. Now, this is an ongoing process of how much this is built out, but my very, very top system is an all-in-one platform. I used to have subscriptions for all sorts of different platforms in order for my business to run. I now pay less than $100 a month for one single subscription, and it does my email marketing, website design and editing, funnel design and editing, unlimited calendars, social media scheduler, contract writing and signing, which is great. Like, that's something I didn't know was there before. And now I can write and send contracts right through the platform. I can make sales right in the platform. There's a whole course portal. So if I wanted a private space to provide information to, paid clients, I could do it right in there. There's texting campaigns. I mean, and that is like scratching the surface. That's not even everything. So first and foremost, that is the system that has 100% helped me not only create more time in my personal life and in my business, but it has also saved me money. So it's a win-win all around because, I've put all of my business activities that I do daily into one place. So I'm working so much more efficiently. And then I've eliminated all of these erroneous subscriptions. Like I was about to have to start paying for a calendar booking app. I was going to have to start paying for a DocuSign kind of situation, right? Contract app. I was paying for an email platform. I was paying for all of these different things when they all could just be in one place. So I've cut my overhead cost and I've also streamlined my actual work time. So that system in and of itself will be, it's an incredible game changer for me. And a lot of my clients over the last, I would say from like last August or so, and at the time of this recording, it's July. So I've got some clients who have gotten into the same platform or very similar platforms, and it's the same thing for them. They understand the value of having all of these things housed in one place. And so therefore you don't have to decide how to have, okay, I'm going to create this thing over here, but yet I want it to talk to this thing over here. Well, you have to figure out how to map these two platforms together, right? And it can be done, right? There are things out there that help software platforms like talk to each other, but that's yet again another subscription you would have to pay for to have the best of the features. So I just started thinking to myself, like, this just doesn't make sense. I need to be smarter about this. And I don't want to spend all this money, right? Sorry, I'm at my aunt's house and they have cats and the cat wants to get out with the doors closed. So next system that I want to talk about. So that was the all-in-one platform where I do absolutely everything for my business. Now I do this podcast. This podcast, I utilize a streaming platform, and inside of that streaming platform, I can create, I can pre-record or I could live stream, whatever I want. I could store up to 50 hours of footage in there. I can clip reels and edit all of my recordings. I can schedule those pre-recorded stuff to stream as if it's live to 3 different social media platforms. I can extract the video and the audio separately and get it uploaded into Spotify. So that way it's like its own podcast situation. that's really important to me because I enjoy doing this podcast. I enjoy providing information in this way. And so having a streaming platform that gives me those capabilities and is also very trustworthy, like as in it works every time, is important to me. I've been using the streaming platform for about 3 years now, and there is probably less than 5 times that I have had any kind of issue with the platform as far as whether my scheduled session didn't stream like it was supposed to or anything like that. I literally have had hardly next to none when it comes to issues with the streaming platform. And that's why this is one of my top systems. So if you are somebody who likes to create pre recorded or live video content, something like StreamYard is invaluable. It will save you so much time in the back end because I don't have the time to actually go live when I want my content to stream. So I pre record everything. Now, I will say in the beginning of getting StreamYard and utilizing it as a streaming service, I was not used to being on camera. I was very nervous all the time. It was like flexing, it was working a muscle essentially. It was like working out every day. I had to get used to it. I had to get better at it, and I had to get more comfortable with it. So for me, I started using this platform because I wanted to keep the promise to myself that I was going to create video content, show up, and provide value. But if I was too nervous to do it live, then I'm going to do it pre recorded, right? I'm still going to keep that promise to myself and I'm still going to show up, and it might just be in a different way. And that's okay. So that's why I started using the platform. But now the reason I use it is because I quite literally don't have the time in my day to go live when I want my content to be streamed. So I pre-record these episodes, I extract the audio and the video, I upload that into Spotify. That streams on Spotify at 6 a.m. every Wednesday. And this video that you're watching streams to Facebook, YouTube, two Facebook accounts and YouTube at 9 a.m. on Wednesdays. So it allows me to wake up on a Wednesday. This is already done and happening. My email that goes with the podcast launch every week is already done and scheduled through my all-in-one platform. All of the social media posts for that day are already scheduled and done via StreamYard because it's scheduled and broadcast automatically as if it's live. So you see how I'm saying this is only 2 systems that I'm talking about right now that now have created almost entire weeks worth of content for me by doing a couple tasks. I do this recording. I do a couple steps afterwards to get this recording into Spotify itself. I write an email on my all-in-one platform. That copy that I write for that email becomes the show notes for this podcast. So I only write copy once, I only record once, but I now have a full week's worth of content that is scheduled and processing and posting and communicating throughout the entire week because I have set up that system. This is the game-changing aspect of having systems with intention. Now, you may not know what those systems need to be for you yet. You have to sort of go through the mud a little bit. You have to trek through the harder parts of business to discover, okay, yes, this is where I can actually implement something that will save me time, that will create more time. So, every business is different, like I said, and what I'm sharing with you today is how I've created more time in my business so that way I can unplug without worrying about my marketing needs, without worrying about making sales, without worrying about getting bookings on my calendar. If clients need to talk to me, I don't have to worry about any of those things. They are already set up and ready to go with automated systems that run in the background with notifications that tell me when things are happening. So that way I don't have to be like a helicopter CEO, right? I can unplug. I can allow my systems to support me when I decide to go on a vacation. Or maybe I just want to take a day off and I don't want to have to worry about it. Because prior to setting up all of these systems, every single day of the week, I was getting into my marketing system. I was getting into my social media. I was getting into everything. And before you know it, I've spent 3, 4, 5 hours on my business when it was a day that I really needed to just take off and unplug. So this is a conversation that I'm having with you right now because I want to bring your awareness to the fact that you should take a day off. You absolutely should unplug and go on vacation and do all the things. And your business does not have to be on pause, not even a little bit. Your business can run smoothly. You can be communicating, connecting, making sales. All of these things can happen while you are unplugging and on vacation. It's entirely possible. And so that's what this podcast is about, to show you that it's possible. So I'm going to go ahead and sign off. This was short and sweet and to the point, but just these two systems, the all-in-one platform with all my stuff, all of my business activities, cutting overhead cost, creating more time in my business, therefore creating more time in my personal life, and having a streaming service that allows me to do all the pre-recording, all of the video editing, all of the things that I need. Those two systems alone give me a week's worth of content with minimal work hours because it is done with intention. I hope you guys found this interesting, and obviously reach out with questions. I am unplugged this week, but I will definitely get back to you. And of course, your opinion is very valid to all of the content that I create. So I would love to hear how you're enjoying these podcast episodes, what kind of information and content that you're really craving to hear more of. What are the things that you're struggling with in your business right now? What are the things that are really, really working well for you? You know, like the good, the bad, everything in between. We're here to talk about it because none of it should be a secret and all of it is going to help benefit us, right? Like failures, we learn from. Successes, we learn from. All of it. So I'll see you next week with a brand new episode. Bye. Thank you so much for listening to Branded, the podcast. Please rate and review. And for more information, visit socialjanemedia.com. I'll see you soon.